Hi everyone, Blake here to give you all the update that everyone's been asking for. Here's the kitty right here. You can see she's doing just fine. Yeah, she's relaxing. Let me zoom out a little. Yep, she's just relaxing in her bed, which is supposed to be an igloo, but she's laying on top of it for some reason. But that's whatever. Sorry for not having an update sooner. It's just I initially was giving updates to everyone, but it just got really tiring to just keep repeating over and over. She has 2 weeks bed rest. No news is good news. So I was just gonna wait for a big update like this one. And I'm also been really busy. For those of you who watch my original video, you'll know that like I actually found her because I was applying for a UPS delivery job. Oh, so playful. And I was taking pictures of my car. That's how I found her in my garage. So the UPS job has been keeping me busy and really tired. And I didn't even get her back until yesterday. And I would have given an update yesterday, but I was just so tired. A bunch of stuff happened. I'll probably rant about it later at the end of the video. But for the quick and dirty details, basically, she's doing perfectly fine. No hip surgery was needed. They think that her hip will repair on its own, but it's still a little damaged and healing. She has, when she walks, she has this weird gait, and her feet like slip to the side sometimes when she's walking. And they let me take her home, but she's 1 month isolation. She has to be isolated in a low room, absolutely no jumping, and she just is basically on extended bed rest just for another month. And then we're going to take another x-ray, and the x-ray will tell us if there need to be any next steps or whatever. But the bladder surgery, I think, went well. Oh, hey. The bladder surgery went well. So she regained use of her bladder. She's been peeing. She knows how to use the litter box. In fact, she gets litter everywhere and like swipes it out every time she uses it, which is fine. And she poops just fine too. Not that I think the bladder has anything to do with pooping. Fun fact, she actually pooped herself when we were on the way back from the vet. It was a 40-minute drive, but I'm sure that was just because she was scared, so it went off day. I'm sure there's no actual health concern. But yeah, she can move and walk just fine. She's been roaming around, and I haven't really tried picking her up. I'm a little scared about doing something wrong, so I haven't picked her up at all. But yeah, that's the update here, and you can see here she's fine. She's very playful. She's been eating and drinking like normal, so things are really looking good. In terms of the name, I think I'm currently calling her Phoebe, because it was just the inspiration for me was like a phoenix rising from the ashes or whatever. So that was like the imagery I had. But I didn't want to call her Phoenix, so I just said Phoebe. It was like a cool name. One of my friends said that's like kind of morbid, implying she died and came back to life. She was like, you should just name her Maple, because there's like imagery of strong maple trees with strong roots growing up big and strong. So I'm thinking about that too. Yeah. So that's the update. If there are any questions you have, you can, post in the comments or message me or things like that. But she's doing really good. Yeah, thank you everyone for your concern. Thank you everyone for donating, and thank you everyone for sharing on your networks and things like that. And just thank you everyone so much for taking such an interest in this little cat. And your help was not, unrewarded. This kitten is now doing fine, and hopefully she'll live a good and happy life. Yeah. For those of you who care about what happened, why I didn't do the update yesterday, the Care Credit card that I used to pay for the surgery, uh, Care Credit is basically this thing where it was like, it's a credit card used for vets, kind of, and they let you uh, put a large amount on it, and then you don't have to pay it off for 6 months. And so the vet initially, I didn't have to pay like the 8K up front, because they were like, as long as you get care credit and it proves you have a credit limit of like some substantial amount, you won't have to pay up front. You can pay later, which is what I needed, right? Because I needed the GoFundMe to raise up funds so I could pay. But when I got there last night, they were like, your care credit account has been deactivated for some reason. I was like, what? Why would they do that? And so they called Synchrony, which is like the bank that it's under. And Synchrony is like, we can't do anything. You have to call MasterCard, which is the card I guess it's associated with. And then MasterCard is like, we can't do anything. And so they kept bouncing us back and forth between them for hours until finally someone was like, Like, there's nothing we can do. Like, just go try to see if you have the physical credit card in the mail. And so I had to drive 40 minutes home. In hindsight, I should have went home first to get the card, but I was like, because the first time I had ever went there, they just looked up my account number after I created the account. They're like, oh yeah, we can just charge you through here. You're fine. So I was like, I had no reason to think it would be any different this time. So I had actually went to the vet directly from work. But then that whole fiasco happened and I got punished. So I had to drive 40 minutes home and then 40 minutes back after I found the credit card and sitting in my mail, and then take her home. I think I got to the vet around 8 p.m. and I didn't get home until like 12:30, and I was just so tired, so that's why I didn't film an update. But yeah, that was a headache, but I eventually got it worked out. That was just my little rant for anyone who cared, but yeah, Phoebe is doing well, so I'll just end it here. Peace.